Hello, guys. I hope you're doing well. This is going to be a short live stream because I could go over like all the alts, etc. Except it's going to be a fact that they're not going to matter much if Bitcoin, doesn't perform. That being said, for everybody who follows me on Twitter and on YouTube, we're going to continue basically where we left off, right? So if you have a second, I'm just gonna grab my second screen here. And this is gonna enable me to basically see all your messages if you have any questions. Oh, oh dear. Oh dear. There we go. Okay. Okay. So first of all, I'm sorry for the delay here. Didn't mean for this to happen. Um, just going to post my live stream on Twitter. People don't like missing out. There we go. It's a bit of a hectic day, guys, and the reason for this is that it's currently Carnival in the Netherlands, and this means that pretty much everyone is drunk from 9 to 5 for 5 days, and they dress up. It's one big party, and that's why I haven't been able to be active too much. Gonna switch to the 1 day chart just to make things clear. Zoom in a little bit. I'm not using the logarithmic scale here. I'm gonna move this to the left and this one to the right. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, so we're gonna go over the accumulation chart. Basically, after enthusiasm, you get a big dump, you get a panic, discouragement, wall of worry, which is a slow, steady climb, version, big dump, back up, denial, and then, the price moves on, goes into higher areas. This is pretty much what we have right now. We got panic and discouragement, one dump, another one, panic, discouragement. I'm just gonna type it right here, panic, for which follows discouragement. There you go. After discouragement, you get a slow, steady rise, which is called the wall of worry, paired with anxiety. That's what we have going on here, wall of worry. Make this clear, I'll just draw out the resistance. There we go. Obviously, this was a fake out meant to trap the bulls. Worked pretty well as far as I'm concerned. We continue on to aversion. That's what we have going on right here. Aversion. And then this brings us to the most important part of this whole chart, denial. And this is where we are currently residing. Lots of people on Twitter managed to, turn from bulls into bears. Very nice to see you too, Alec. Happy to see that you're still around. So many people actually quit crypto altogether. And the ones that are still here and hanging on, your patience will be rewarded, guys. Absolutely. So yeah, in short, panic, discouragement, wall of worry, aversion, denial. That's what we have here. I believe that we are currently in denial. Everybody on Twitter is pretty much bearish. And this, this accumulation chart pretty much coincides with my bigger strategy, for which I'm going to turn on the log skill, remove all drawing tools, take the pitchfork, the good old pitchfork, the one which you guys have seen many times. For this, however, I would like to use Bitstamp because the historical data is, reaching back further. So the pitchfork, there we go, boom, and boom. Let me just draw this right. It takes a while, requires some good accuracy. And this is the pitchfork. And this is basically what I had in mind. And as you can see, we left the pitchfork. This was my original pitchfork. I'm gonna adjust this to, current standards in a second. But this is what, I was looking at, and it makes a lot of sense that we broke out here, because as we make larger and larger moves and the market matures, the moves are going to be less violent. If we draw this out even further, I would imagine this pitchfork more like this, which brings us to the 1 week chart. As you can see, we've got a fractal going on right here. And this is my adjusted pitchfork. I'm not using the old one anymore. And it looks pretty much the same right now. Now, as the market matures, the cycles are going to be slower and bigger, and slower and bigger. Basically, that's what's going to happen. Let me fix this. I'm so sorry about this. I have to get it right. Just doing this out of the actual top of my head. Almost. There we go. And as far as I'm concerned, this means that Bitcoin still has a pretty long way to go. That being said, I do believe the action is going to be sideways, not necessarily down. And this might look like something very negative, something that is bad, not very profitable. But you have to realize that during these flat times, that's where alts live. That's where alt trading becomes very interesting. And I believe that's the area we are going to enter now. And so, as far as I'm concerned, pretty much the next year is going to be a very good time to trade alts. We've already seen some very good profitable positions. I've shared a couple on my Twitter, one of which did over 150%. Now, don't want to go too deep into this because it doesn't really matter right now. My mid-term Bitcoin plan is as follows. Gonna draw the Fib retracement over this entire move, remove the log scale. And as you can see right here, ever since we broke the support sitting at 6,000, we haven't ever retested it. And, with every good dump comes a good pump. Basically, what this means is that I very much expect that Bitcoin will have to retest the 6,000 level. This would pretty much coincide with the previous bear market. The price pretty much dropped 70%, after which it made a very good recovery of about 100%. All the bulls got trapped here and they got destroyed. I believe that currently the exact same thing is going to happen. I believe that Bitcoin is going to recover, trap all the bulls, and then, just move back down this range. So here's my play, and this is my own personal trade. This is in no way financial advice. I'm going to draw the fib over this whole move. I'm going to grab the RSI, the MACD, So you have to understand that me personally, I am already in the trade. Now, when did I get into the trade? Let's go to the 4-hour chart. I got into the trade. I'm sorry for this. I made my trade when this happened. So we were creating a falling wedge, which is a bullish reversal pattern. And then if we go to the daily, the reason I took this trade was because both the RSI and the MACD had bullish divergence. So in short, this means that the price of Bitcoin went down and it continued to make lower lows. As you can see, the price right here is 3,150. On the 26th of November, the price was 3,500, something like that. However, the RSI and the MACD indicators made a higher low. They did not go lower, and we made a falling wedge. So, and I decided to add some education to my live streams. So anytime I take a position, I'm gonna explain why. This is called a falling wedge. Here are some conditions that have to be met for a falling wedge to be valid. In short, a falling wedge will have a top sloping line sloping downwards, and the lower support will also be sloping downwards. I will put this in my live stream just so you guys can actually read it. There you go. There, I just posted a link. This is called a falling wedge, and it is a bullish reversal pattern. This is part of pattern trading, and this is the strategy that I use to, decide on my trades. This is where I entered the market, and I did not exit the market ever since. The second reason that I entered this trade right here was due to the actual bullish divergence. So I'm gonna post that as well, bullish divergence RSI. To decide if there is bullish divergence, you need both the relative strength index and the MACD. You can find these under indicators. You can just type RSI and it will pull up this indicator for you. I will now share this in the comments just because, I don't want to make a live stream that is 10 hours long. So for the ones that are interested, you can basically read it yourselves. Currently, this could be the accumulation pattern that I showed at the beginning of this live stream, or it could be a cup and handle pattern, and you can Google that yourselves. Also a bullish pattern. So I'm betting on a bullish reversal with a target of 5,254. The other scenario here, let's say I'm wrong, and this is not a bullish reversal pattern, would be as follows. In a way, this could be described or possibly become a pennant. This would be a bearish pattern and would signal the continuation of the bear trend. Now, if we see this play out, I would say that my target is going to be, and I'm using a trend-based Fibonacci extension here. 1,950, or basically $2,000. Very, very important for everybody to understand. You've got Fib retracements and trend-based Fibonacci extensions. Fib retracements are used to decide targets that go counter trends. So we've got a bear trend here. I drag my Fibonacci extensions over it, and this will give me a target that is based on the move that was made. I use this Fibonacci retracement as a target tool when I expect the trend to reverse. I use the trend-based Fibonacci extension to decide the target when I expect the trend to continue. This is why it is called trend-based. It is based on the current trend. And the way you draw it is by using the current trend, the major dominant trend, from top to bottom or bottom to top if you're in a bullish trend, and then just lining out the retracement or the move that goes counter trend. And this will give you targets that go with the trend and that you can use to, basically set your goals. In short, my money is on a bullish reversal up to 5,200, and from there we will see. I might be wrong, nobody knows. And that is what I am currently betting on. Obviously, doesn't mean the end of the bear market. We are in a bear market, and I do not expect it to be over anytime soon. Do we have any questions right now? I can see I can see a lot of talk about KMD. So without further ado, go and chart KMD, shall we? Now that Cryptopia has demonstrated that they will be reopening their doors soon, will this have a positive effect for Lux? Okay, so like a couple things here. First of all, Cryptopia is a small exchange. I doubt that it would ever have a large effect. Second, it's gonna remain to be seen whether people are gonna use Cryptopia ever again. Because like what happens probably caused a major breach of trust between Cryptopia and their consumers. And it's gonna take some time for them to recover from that, obviously. Third, Lux is on a big exchange, and once they get the target audience of that exchange interested in Lux, it's gonna be far more valuable. So KMD. Another comment, I would recommend using Binance or Yobi to chart KMD. Currently I'm using Bittrex. I'll tell you why. Look at the chart here. If I go to KMD on Binance, you're gonna have far less data to work off. So when I chart, I don't look for the biggest volume. I look for the chart that has most information in its history, because the price will follow these big exchanges regardless. The volume doesn't matter. It's what happened before. KMD, just gonna go to CoinMarketCap for this real quick. Got a market cap of 100 million, volume 10 million. It's on like every big exchange imaginable. What I expect to happen, and this is speculative, please understand that, but KMD is a very solid project with a very solid community. So what I'm doing with KMD is not trying to, make a trade that is going to give me a return of, I don't know, 90%, 100%. I'm not interested in that as far as KMD goes. I am interested in KMD as a long-term investment, and in the end, I would like to hold KMD and see it go at least 10x. So let me remove the log scale, put it into perspective. Basically, this is what I'm looking for easily. And this is how you make most of your money during bull markets in crypto. 100 million isn't that much. 10x isn't even that crazy. It's just 1 billion in market cap. And as you can see, like every coin in the top 10 has a market cap of 1 billion or more. And this is why I'm holding KMD. For a move like this, it's part of my long-term portfolio. And for the people that, might find this far-fetched, I've done it before. For example, PivX, some good money on that. Dash, right here, exact same thing. If you take it all the way from the beginning, it's even crazier. And this is how you make money during the bull market. And for this, please excuse my technical details, but I really want you guys to understand this. There we go. We've got our portfolio value, which is 1,000 bucks. This is how you get rich with crypto. This is why you are trading crypto. Let's say you have 1,000 bucks to start off with. This is your initial investment. You're gonna find, and take this seriously, this is what you should do. 10 different projects to invest in. And I got this strategy from venture capitalists. You're gonna put, and let me just note this, you're gonna put 100 bucks into each of these projects. Total value equals this plus this. 1,000 bucks. Now, this is your initial investment. Here's what's going to happen. Let's say you wait 3 years. This project is going to be non-existent. Second, third, the fourth one is going to do a 10x. It's going to be worth 1,000 bucks. 0, 0, 0. Probably one of them is going to do 100x. One of them is going to do like a 5x. And then one of them is going to do it at 20x. what you're gonna be making after 1 year. Now, what are most people doing? Most people are putting their entire amount with people strategy into one coin. Copy this and put this here, like their initial investment. This guy is gonna lose, oh, I'm sorry about that, everything. This guy is gonna make 100 grand. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 10 grand, I should say. This guy is gonna make 100 grand. This guy is gonna make 5,000, and this guy is gonna make 2 grand. Okay, this is the guy that gets to be a famous YouTuber or Twitter account. Okay, he's gonna spread like his word. He's gonna let everybody know that he made a shit ton of money. This guy probably gonna be on Twitter and let his friends know that they should join. This guy is gonna let his friends and family know that it went well, and this guy, is just gonna be pretty happy. These guys are gonna be hiding, non-existent, not letting anybody know that they lost this money. So what happens in crypto is everybody is looking at this guy that had the lucky shot and he made a lot of money. And all the people that lost their money, they are not telling it. They are not doing their stories on Twitter, YouTube, whatever. So this is the strategy that you should follow. You should spread your investment and expect a good return, but not, winning the jackpot. This is rare. It's not going to happen to you, not going to happen to me. And this is the stuff nobody talks about because it's boring, it's not interesting, it's not Wolf of Wall Street material. But yeah, like this is what you should do as far as I'm concerned. So, KMD, this is what I'm currently waiting for. Probably gonna be another year, 2 years. But I'm pretty sure that this is a good investment with a high chance of good returns. Do we have any other coin requests right now? Or any questions about what I just showed you guys? So Pundi, why did I call Pundi? This is my own personalized strategy. This is based on my own theory. There is no mathematical or solid evidence that I am right. Two reasons. Two reasons. First of all, nobody currently is talking about Pundi. It's not interesting. That being said, it is on a lot of high potential exchanges. Second, what I noticed about Pundi and what made it like really interesting for me is the fact that up until now, there really wasn't a lot of volume on Pundi. It was just being flat, no special changes. And then suddenly, this happened right here. Volume started happening. And this is something that is my own theory and my own strategy, but I'm gonna share it with you guys regardless. Please 1 second. Got a phone call, don't know. Okay. So a lot of volume happened on Pundi. Does that mean anything? Not by itself. Except there are two indicators that can, in a way, tell you where the volume is going, which is called the on-balance volume. The on-balance volume measures buying and selling pressure as a cumulative indicator that adds volume on up days and subtracts volume on down days. Just Google it, it's not too hard, but basically it tells you whether people are buying or selling. Next, accumulation distribution indicator. The accumulation distribution line is a cumulative measure of each period's volume flow or money flow. So basically this means, are people buying or selling? Now, when I take these two indicators and I put them under this chart, there is one clear conclusion. Somebody or a lot of somebodies or the market, doesn't matter, is buying a lot of Pundi at this point. Even though the price remains relatively stable, these indicators clearly show that a lot of coins are being bought and are being taken off the market. And this is the reason why I'm entering, because clearly somebody or a group, whatever, has taken an interest here. It's a pretty big interest. Like, this is a lot of money being transferred from hand to hand. That, together with the fact that this has been in accumulation for almost a year and is about to break its trend line, is enough reason for me to take this trade. It would become invalid if either these indicators start doing this, or if we break the support that I've drawn here. This is the stuff that they don't teach you in anywhere. This is what I learned over the years. It's my own stuff. And whether I'm right remains to be seen. Good question, Gurney. Basic attention token. I really want to take this one because this is really, really interesting. Basic attention token has been forming a wedge for 1.5 years. Market cap is just 200 million, good volume, good exchanges. So what I'm waiting for here is for this wedge to break out, top side. If this happens, I will take my position and I will put my target right here. I know this is a pretty, ambitious target, but I wouldn't be surprised because this has been building up for almost 2 years now. And this is a very clear trade to me. There's two ways to trade this. If you're a like an actual swing trader, just put your buys in the lower areas, put your sells up here. If you're more of an investor like me, I would personally accumulate this and wait for the big move to happen. That's what I'm waiting for right now. Soon, hopefully this week, I will be able to share my new and revised portfolio with you guys. Let me just scroll through all the questions. Hints. Honestly, I don't know what's in Solar is about. Let me check real quick. And I'm just doing requests from here, so if you have beers to drink or whatever, feel free. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into this one. As far as the chart goes, exact same story here. If we take a look, we can see that this seems to be in accumulation phase. That being said, I don't know enough about this to, make an honest judgment. If I was to go off the chart alone, I would make my position as follows. And this is pure speculation. What the hell? Put the stop just below the low that was made in September. And then we could like reasonably, excuse me for this, put our targets here. And this is what I call a fish hook. If we go to 1 week and we would have an actual bull run right here, this would form the famous fish hook. So yeah, if there's no more requests, I'm gonna do one more, which is ETH. Ethereum still has my same setup. Currently waiting for this pattern to break out. Exact same thing as I've showed you with Bitcoin. And my target would be 404 USD. No further explanation needed, I guess, because I did the Ethereum chart extensively in my previous stream. So yeah, if you're still here, congratulations. You're gonna be just fine. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a good day. And for the ones waiting for a reply in Discord on their DMs, I am going through it this evening. So cheers, guys.